Well, this is going to be a pretty unique episode of Fulham FC because for one of the first times ever, I'm returning at the start of an episode with no real idea how it's going to pan out. We're going to look at the reasons for that in a moment, but the upshot of it is we have just returned midway through the summer transfer window, in fact, pretty early in the summer transfer window, with some massive news. Let's go and take a look at it. Yes, hello, welcome along to a new week and part 16 of this FM09 Let's Retro Save from Fulham. We are back today for what should be summer transfer window, new season, all that excitement, but instead we're back on the 5th of June. Now, there's no point leading up to this, there's no point building up in a different way. Those of you who were with us last week will know that we fought very hard for Europe. We were 21 points clear of 9th. But we did finish in 8th place, missing out by 2 points to Liverpool. But then today, this has happened. The Sporting play draw, the same way Fulham got in real life, has been made. And maybe a year later, we're going to replicate what happened there because the Netherlands and England have been drawn out of 19 nations to receive an extra Euro Cup place next season. If we go and have a look at the Premier League table, we have now got confirmation of Europe next to our name, despite the fact there were no real messages or anything about it. So I'm hoping there's not going to be a bit of disappointment later in the summer. I am also concerned though, because unlike when Fulham did it in 2009, this is the summer of 2010, which means it's the South Africa World Cup. Now, does that mean if we return for early qualifying in Europe, we're going to be without half a squad? I don't know when the qualifiers start, and I don't know whether we're going to be able to get transfer work done in time, whether we're going to be able to register players in time. But it's fair to say I'm a little bit concerned that we might not have our best team. Although hopefully in early qualifying, as long as we've got 11 first team players, we should be able to get through it. If we go and have a look at our squad at the minute, you can see a lot of players are on holiday. The ones who aren't are basically the ones who are going to the World Cup or have been on recent international duty. So our Habsy's not going, which is crucial because we may need a senior keeper. Of course, it's early June, so we've not done any transfer work yet. There's no players moving on, coming in or whatever. But what we've got to do is basically skip ahead through the summer. We're going to try and work as we would normally. We're not going to panic. We're not going to try and do things too early. And then we're going to see how it pans out in terms of European qualifying. And we'll show you the first tie as a double header. Hopefully it's going to be a very winnable one and we can just enjoy Fulham scoring goals. I've got to show you our first match in Europe, which hopefully is not too far away. Let's go and see when it is, who it's against and how many players are available for it. Well, this is pretty remarkable. We are back just 2 weeks later to play in the Europa League first qualifying round. The 19th of June, a Saturday afternoon we're kicking off. We're playing Real in an all-British tie. Of course, you would expect us to win with any senior 11 fit. Real have got a few good players. We've not got the Welsh League loaded in this save, but they have got a couple of recognisable names. Not ones that are going to cause us any threat, though. I went to look at him. I thought so. He was a Fulham Youth Academy player. I thought the name was recognisable. So we're coming up against our former youth goalkeeper. They've got a few other decent players in the team, but let's not kid ourselves. This should be a very comfortable win, despite the fact we've only got half a squad available. Let's go and have a look, firstly, at the players that are available and some of the transfer goings on, because it's not going to be a transfer special this summer. It's going to be increments throughout it. I want to show you all of Europe. I want to show you the run. The main reason we did this save was to try and replicate Roy, and this is our opportunity to do so. So let's go and have a look at the transfer centre. You can see 2 senior players have been offered out and maybe leave him for a combined £4 million. Timothy Atuba looked a great deal on paper, but due to injuries, AFCON, and the form of Jose Enrique, it just didn't work out. However, we signed him for free last year. We paid him about £1 million worth of wages, and now he's going to move for £1 million. So I don't think that's the worst deal in the world, but just didn't happen for us, unfortunately. Andy Johnson is the one we've been trying to get off the books. He's been offered a deal by West Brom. We have had players reject them before for £3 million, and it would get 40 grand off the wages a week. He is still the highest earner, remarkably, despite being, well, a player who didn't start a Premier League game last year and significantly injury prone. Other youngsters are moving on, but they may be involved today as we are down to the bare bones when it comes to facing Real of the Welsh Premier League. Let's go and have a look at this Fulham squad that we have got to work with today. You can see we've been looking in the 18s and the reserves for substitutes. This is what we're left with, essentially. And you can see how many players are away on international duty here. So we've got 6 first teamers out. Andranik is away, had a knock, and is leaving at the end of his contract. So no point putting him in. And we also have a situation where we're quite light on homegrown players at the club. Elliot Omazusi, the only one who qualifies at the minute. And then Fleck and Sissoko will in a year's time. But that means that for now, we're going to have to be quite careful because we've only got one space left in the squad and I wanted it for a signing in case we got it in. There are plenty of under 21s like Brown and Jiang King who are moving on, but we will be able to get in there for now. Matthew Briggs joins the substitutes as well. And of course, the likes of Johnson and Murphy, etc. are still here for now, so they'll be involved in today's game. This is the squad, though, we've gone for. Let's get it up on a tactics screen. It's still a very strong senior first 11. There are still 4 senior pros on the bench, probably 3 that we would rely on in Omazusi, Murphy and Zamora. If we have a look at the 11 that we're putting out in full, it is Ali Al-Habsi, the sub-goalkeeper, Frederick Storr, who I hope by the start of the year will be the sub-right back, but he's still very good for now. Jose Enrique on the left with Diakate, joined by Billy Jones in the middle. That due to Hangeland being away and Webster's loan deal expiring, although Bolton did get relegated, so we're going to have a little go at Gary Cahill if we can. The midfield 3 is Andreasen, Sissoko and Schneiderlin, just Skelbred missing from our usual selection. Pennant out on the right, Fleck replacing Albin on the left, and Josie Altidore still here through the middle, and we'll start up front in this one. We're starting our qualifying route before the season has even ticked over. That's how early we're talking here. We've got a good 11. I would expect us to do well. And we've also got a few of this 11 tied down on new contracts. If you have a look at the expiry dates here, we've managed to get another couple of years to Leon Andreasen, to Ali Al-Habsi and to Frederick Storr. Key squad players to have, versatile players in Andreasen and Storr, a solid backup keeper on a minimal wage for Al-Habsi. We have tried new deals for some of the others. Albin at times was willing to discuss but didn't sign it in the end. He'd started to say he wanted to move. Same for Skelbred. We did get Clint Dempsey signed down for 3 years, so he's not going to be leaving the club as we thought this summer. Or if he does, we'll be able to get a bit of money for him. The good 11, though, it should win very comfortably. I'm hoping we'll see lots of highlights, lots of attacking, and a very fruitful day for Fulham, a safe passage to the second qualifying round. Let's get through the first leg, see how many we score, and then find out whether it's worth showing the second or not. Well, a 4-4-2, including our former youth keeper in goal for Real. We are 1-20 on to win this game. It is expected that we will make Real suffer. Even with a fair few players missing from our senior team, I would expect us to be pretty hefty winners in this game. If we don't win it by 3 or 4, I'll be a little disappointed in truth. Let's get through the opposition instructions. We're going to try and be aggressive. We're going to try and be attacking. And I'm hoping it's going to work out for us. We host Real in a very important game. But what are we going to deliver with it? It says the France boss was in the stands watching Sissoko. I'm pretty sure he'd be at the World Cup, would he not? They can't be out already. As Pennant picks it up on the right, finds Jose Enrique. Just 3 minutes gone, and we're on the attack with John Fleck. Chance to look for the cross. It's a good ball in. Falls for Morgan Schneiderlin. And there you go, taking advantage of a poor clearance. Schneiderlin's going to have a big year, I think. He's improving off the pitch, as is Sissoko. And with the other one in Skelbred developing well too, if we can keep him happy enough for a year to stay, I think that 3 could be magnificent. Andreasen's a solid sub. We're going to be adding one more if all goes to plan. Andranik's going out. We'd like to replace him. And I think we're in really good nick as Altidore finds Pennant on the right. Would be good to get Josie off the mark early this season. Took him an age last time, didn't it? We've got the tactic right now, and the second half of the season, it was far more fruitful for him in front of goal as Jones into Andreasen. Support from Sissoko, who can carry forward to Altidore. Turns his man. He's got a chance to shoot. It's a good save by the former Fulham youngster as Fleck can cross in again. Deflects off the defender. And it's well saved by the keeper. He's going to have a great game to keep this respectable. And so far, he's made a couple of good stops already. As Price at left back gives it away to Altidore, who's nicked it and he's in. Josie Altidore blazes over the bar. We've got to bear in mind that while this is an important European game, it's also our first pre-season game. A lot of players who are really severely lacking match sharpness haven't played in, 4 or 5 weeks, have only just come back for pre-season last week because they didn't want to come back too early. So we've got to be a little bit more cautious in terms of expecting the world from them. And we want to manage the game. I'm going to take the long shots off Andreasen because he's got a decent rating, he seems to go for them all the time, whereas Sissoko's a little bit more measured back there. Andreasen will bring it down in the middle though, and that's where he's far more assured. Altidore turns his defender. Fouled by Lumley then. There should be a free kick. Can we create a chance for a second? We don't want this game to sort of drag on and meander into a 1 or 2-0. We want to put out a real statement. I want to be able to play a couple of the youngsters in the second leg. I want Omazusi to be able to come in and play 90 minutes for us. As Pennant's in, that's a great ball. Jermaine Pennant, brilliant finish. What a pass from Andreasen. And when he's not shooting and he's playing the pass through, he really is some player. It's a brilliant ball. It definitely wasn't offside. They were just done and carved open by a brilliant pass. The right-sided defender played them on. And we're 20 gone. We're 2-0 up. And we will be conducting a safe passage through in the first round of European qualifying. And Ali Al-Habsi has got it in goal just 5 minutes later, rolling out quick to Enrique. And this is the thing that's going to beat them if we can play at pace through the lines. And I know we don't like to use these modern expressions, but we've just got to get between their defence and midfield as quick as possible. They're playing 4-1-4-1. You don't want them to get sitting back in this shape. You want to be committing an extra man forward as Enrique on the left. Back into Sissoko. Quick switches of play will also help. Schneiderlin picks it up. Centre circle. Carries it forward. Beats one. Finds Josie Altidore. Chance to shoot. It's over the bar. We really are starting to carve them open at will now, as you would expect. Astor picks it up. I mean, normally in these sorts of games, we're on the other side of it in a builder nation, aren't we? It's weird to be on this side where we're the big team in Europe, the Premier League established side. The goal kick for real. There's 27 on the clock. And they've not had a chance at our goal. It's about how many we can get here. As on the right-hand side, Storr finds Sissoko. Diakate can play into midfield. Andreasen's there, as is Schneiderlin. He's missed out the middleman. Schneiderlin carries it forward, 25 yards out. That's a little ambitious, Morgan. You've got your goal. Now do the right thing. I would have expected us to be a little more concise there. I know normally Albin would make the run, which maybe Fleck isn't. But still, not the best midfield play. Astor, on halfway, carries forward to Sissoko. You can see how many they've got behind the ball. There's just one up front and the rest are back. A Schneiderlin. Got Pennant on the switch if he can find it. Oh, it's another great ball. It's similar as the second goal. Jermaine Pennant in. Good save by the keeper. He's having a great game. But you can see that pass inside the fullback every time. It's normally the other side with Albin we're doing it. Diakate up from the header. Not won it. I would have expected him to be dominant from these set pieces. But not the case. Maybe missing his partner in crime, Hangeland. And Real might get to half-time at 2-0, which is not a bad effort. They have made a change already, which I assume will be injury-based. We've got one more chance to get a third before the break as Andreasen finds Moussa Sissoko. Wide to Jose Enrique, space down the line for Fleck if he can get himself onside. Inside to Schneiderlin instead. He finds Sissoko again. Altidore's on the edge of the box. He had Pennant in support, but he went alone. Not the best effort from Altidore, but half-time at Craven Cottage. And it's a very comfortable 2-0 lead. We're going to tell the boys we're pleased. We don't want it to drop. Altidore's been poor. Now, I usually have his long shots on low, but he still keeps hitting them at the minute. Let's hope in the second half that'll change. Maybe it's just desperation to get a goal against poor opposition. But now we've got Rill on the attack as Booth picks it up on the left. Inside to Millington. I'd be gutted if we conceded here. In towards Roberts. Flex up. It's over the bar. That's a warning sign. It's a lazy start to the second half and we almost got caught out. Fleck shouldn't have been doing that. Should have been Enrique back there. Very worried by that bit. But we've got a free kick in the middle and we can turn it around now with Altidore. Dropping deep to get the free kick. I've no idea why. Gives it to Andreasen. Out to the left to Enrique. It's overhit, but he'll keep it in. And he turns back inside. There's plenty of options there. Andreasen, one of them. Inside to Fleck. It's a brilliant pass again. We keep getting inside the fullbacks. It's definitely the route to success. We will look at changes in a few minutes, though. We'll see out the corner with Fleck. Not the best ball in, but it's fallen to the defender, who just about gets it away, with Altidore trying to pounce. As Sissoko try and get back in for the second attack there. It's cleared away again by Real. Jose Enrique should stop the counter, though. He does just that. Forces it back to Powell. To McGregor, the centre-half. Into midfield. Real stringing a few passes together there. It's kind of gone quiet. I'm a little disappointed as Pennant out to Storr. On the right-hand side, finds Andreasen. We seem reluctant to put crosses in today for some reason. Andreasen wide to Storr again. He's got space. Just deliver it. In towards Schneiderlin. Turns on the edge. Good shot. Oh, just wide. Cracking little effort that. We're going to make a couple of changes because it has gone quite quiet. And I'm a little disappointed with the way we're playing. So let's go and get Altidore off for Bobby Zamora, who does like a goal off the bench. In defence, there's not really much I can do. I don't want to take Billy Jones off because he's doing all right and he doesn't often get to play. Enrique's having a solid game. I don't think we need to do the rest yet. Would be nice to play Omazusi, but I'd rather get a third and fourth and then start him and Briggs in the second leg. So we're going to leave that for now. I just want to see what they're doing from set pieces there. There's nothing about going short and trying to collect it, so I'm not sure why he's doing that. We will go and get them forward from the throw-ins though. And with 25 minutes to go, Bobby Zamora's on. And he's probably still going to be our third striker next year. Even if we sell Johnson, we'll probably keep Zamora and add one other. I know who I want it to be from the transfer list, but I'll keep it quiet until I find out if we get them. Jermaine Pennant works down the right-hand side. New target in the box for him if he can cross. We finally do put one in. Keeper's missed it. It's cleared away. And he's sort of into no man's land. Diakate can regain possession. Pennant flicks on towards Zamora. Into the box towards John Fleck. Heavy touch. Tried to knock it down with his head to his foot. But just got a bit too much on it. Not getting that third goal at the moment. It's eluding us. Red have had 3 shots in the second half. And we've not played particularly well. I'm a little bit upset by the way we've played, to be honest. I'm going to take off Frederick Storr here, I think. We're going to bring on Elliot Omazusi. I'm also going to take off... I mean, the only other sub I've got really is Danny Murphy in the middle. So I might just be a bit cautious in midfield. Schneiderlin's played really well. Sissoko's been the worst of the 3. So I'm going to bring Murphy on for him. I'll let him play more through balls because he's good in possession. And we'll just see if we can split them open a bit more. Try and get that third goal, which would just make me comfortable enough to play the youngsters. I suspect we're through anyway. It's a solid enough effort. I'm a little disappointed we haven't really added in the second half. We've not threatened the goal that much. Diakate loses out in the air there. Andreasen clears it. And just a few signs of complacency defensively in this half too. I know they've not had a shot on target. They've got in 3 or 4 times and had good positions. Not something you would expect from us in a polished display. We've got the ball on the right with Frederick Storr about to come off. I'm hoping now the changes will be made and we'll be able to adjust and maybe nick a third goal in the last 10. Well, here we are. Free kick on the left for John Fleck. The delivery is well over hit. And Zamora will fight to keep it in on the right-hand side. He's got the chance to cross. Probably the man we wanted in the box instead. He's trying to cut in. He's looking for the shot, isn't he? Diakate picks it up. Finds Jose Enrique. Flex over on the left, as is Billy Jones, who plays a 1-2 with Enrique. Into Diakate. Oh, they've got to play the switch quicker. Fleck gets it eventually. Turns in on his left. It was the wrong ball. And it stays too. I mean, it's a little disjointed for now, which we can put down to first game of pre-season. I still want a third as Murphy delivers the corner. Diakate up unmarked and he gets it in. That's what we needed. The tie should be over now. A third goal for Fulham. And Papi Diakate with his first of the season. Not with his head, but he puts one in from the corner. Good delivery, Danny Murphy. And the experience has delivered the right ball in the end. We look like we're going through. But the second leg, we're still going to have to fight a little bit, aren't we? Well, the final whistle's blown. A 3-0 victory. I'm happy enough with that. A good performance. Well done, boys. No injuries. Good fitness. Only Altidore the real letdown of the day. Let's see if he can put it right on Wednesday night when we got away to Wales to try and complete the job in style. Well, time for the second leg. Things are starting to happen on the transfer front, but we'll talk about those in the next episode because we're waiting for work permits and things on a few. We are going away to Real with a 3-goal advantage, and this should be pretty plain sailing. We've got mostly the same squad available that played last time. In fact, all 18 are. John Fleck is struggling a little physically, but we're going to power through with this one. What we are going to do, though, is make a couple of changes elsewhere. Omazusi is going to come in for Storr just to give us a little bit of fitness later on. Tempted to drop Diakate out, to be honest, because he's the one who, maybe more so than the others, is going to play this season. I want to rest the people who are going to have a long year. So Frederick Storr will probably start. Naturally, what we'll do is we'll put Diakate on the bench and we'll put Storr the right back, Omazusi in the middle alongside Jones. In midfield, again, I want to look at who we can protect. Musa Sissoko, Morgan Schneiderlin, both playing a lot of football. Can we take one of them out for Danny Murphy? Yes, we can. The other can then do 45 minutes. So from the start, let's take out Morgan Schneiderlin. He'll then come on for Sissoko. Or in fact, we'll do it the other way round because Schneiderlin played a bit less of the 2 last year. Up front, Zamora for Altidore is something I think about. I kind of want Altidore to get goals, to be honest. I'm not sure. No, I'm going to do it. Bobby Zamora in as well. And then the final one, Jose Enrique at left back, replaced by young Matthew Briggs, who's probably the weakest player of the squad now. It's still a decent team, isn't it? I am going to make one other adjustment as well. Andy Johnson is going to drop off the bench for Stimpson, who was a first-year youth intake player, who I did show you briefly, but is pretty decent. His coach report suggests he could be a superstar, but obviously he's not had much football yet. He's only just turned 17 and will now be on a senior contract and training. So I kind of want to get him a few bits of game time as well. So he'll be on the bench for this one. We should still have enough to get through though. So let's go and get into the second leg and see how we produce away in Wales. Similar team as you would expect for real. For us, the same players are still away at the World Cup. We're still in the group stages. And actually, Andranik was playing in it as well. So makes no difference that we didn't register him. Going to warn against complacency. We're going to allow Danny Murphy, as we did last game, to put more through balls in. Take those long shots off Leon Andreasen. And from the centre forward point of view, just from those throw-ins, we're going to make sure they're forward and in the area. So let's go and get those adjustments made. Let's be as aggressive as possible into the first half with a 3-0 advantage. And hopefully it'll be comfortable again. As here we are with 3 minutes on the clock. And again, it's real playing out from the back. They came into the game second half last time without creating anything clear-cut. The Store heads away this one though. And Jermaine Pennant, for our slightly weakened side, will pick it up for Andreasen. Out to Store again. Again, if we're being honest, bar Briggs, it's a very senior team. It's all Championship or Premier League level. So it should be no problem today as Murphy finds Store. It's a good way as well, this campaign, to get the likes of Al Habsi some fixtures. A few players who run happy at being backups last year. As Schneiderlin hits the bar, Pennant's in. I think he hit Zamora with the shot. Millington will clear it away. Big chance for Fulham early there. It's a great chance to get the squad some more matches, the youngsters some more matches. And this is a great example for Elliot Omazusi as Jones into Schneiderlin. Back to Jones again. And it just peters out. But 6 minutes gone. All Fulham so far. Although we said the first leg it was crucial we avoided injuries. We've not done it today. And I'm not sure who we've got that can play out there. On the right-hand side, can any of the strikers do it? Zamora can a little bit. Ironically, Andy Johnson could. Maybe we look at Stimpson, the youngster. Can we get him on? I think it might be a route to do it. So let's get Stimpson on there. We're going to move Zamora out to the right-hand side, I think. We've not really got a choice in this. Zamora will play off the right. I'm not sure what we can do with it. Forward runs, run with the ball, cross the ball more. I can't adjust it. Let's go and get him out there, see what we can do. This is the problem with players at the World Cup, is you can't cover most positions on the bench. As Ali Al-Habsi picks the ball up, edge of his box for a free kick. Zamora wins the header. It's going to be Matthew Briggs into Andreasen. Can we just get that goal to relax and shore up the tie? Of course, a win on the night is important for the coefficient too, as Stimpson gets it to Schneiderlin. Wide to John Fleck. Support in the middle from 3. If he can find the cross, there's people in there. Zamora's at the back post and heads it over. Not quite doing this time. 12 minutes gone. Fulham on top, but already a key player lost to injury. We've got the ball again at left back with Matthew Briggs here. Into Schneiderlin. Support in midfield. Plays wide to John Fleck. Now he tries to bust a gut to get forward. Fleck will look for him inside. Danny Murphy's there as well. It's a good run from Zamora, but he's not picked out. Andreasen now has space. Finds Murphy again. Wide to Frederick Store. We're keeping possession. But are we going to break these teams down? We're going to see more sitting back against us next year. We need to find the cutting edge. Zamora, edge of the box. Good touch. Chance to shoot. Into Stimpson. Brilliant run and puts it wide. Oh, it should have been his first goal for the club. Not to be. 17 gone. It's great that we can get some of these youngsters in, but that's a big chance that goes begging. As Omazusi finds Andreasen. Murphy to Schneiderlin. Support over on the left-hand side from Fleck. And the shot goes comfortably wide. It's a half chance, but again, nothing too clear-cut just yet. Though we've got a corner kick with 25 gone, and we're normally so threatening from these. So Brooks Mead, the former Fulham youth keeper, has done really well again. He's had a good tie overall, to be honest. But Danny Murphy's delivery is strong. Not that time. Hits the post with it. It says the keeper punched it away. Maybe it was creeping in. Almost caught him out as Fleck gets it on the left-hand side. Support on the edge from Elliot Omazusi. He's got a man down the line in Zamora, and here he is, right side of the box. Zamora, chance to shoot, crosses unselfishly. Headed away as far as Danny Murphy. He should pick it up first here. He does against Millington. He's got Zamora down the line, finds him. Again, 2 in the middle if he can cross. Bobby Zamora on his weaker side. And he just wins the corner. It's starting to become a barrage now from Fulham. 2 clear-cut chances not taken. 13 shots in 26 minutes. And a cross into Billy Jones off the woodwork. And a rebound not quite put in by Stimpson. I mean, the youngster could be on a hat-trick already. But there's some really good signs here. We look a lot more put together. We look a lot fitter than the first leg. And these youngsters adding some exuberance. Look at Stimpson go here down the right. Supporting the middle from 2 or 3. Doing it himself is a great run. It's a good save by the goalkeeper. He does look a player, doesn't he? Omazusi up towards Fleck. It's a long punt downfield. Fulham very comfortable at the minute. But make no bones about it. I want to win on the night. And I feel we need to get it done as Brooks Mead goes long. Store intercepts for Zamora. Feel like we're seeing more attacks in this game. Zamora's actually playing really well off the right. Gets it out to Briggs on the left-hand side. Fleck is down the line. Schneiderlin's inside. That's the option he picks. Danny Murphy has space to run into. Schneiderlin again. Support in front of him. Morgan Schneiderlin. Who can he find? It's a big ball out to Frederick Storr. Chance to cross. There's options in the middle. Frederick Storr to the byline. Into the box. Just past Stimpson. Just past Schneiderlin. Stimpson gets it back in there. And it's cleared off the line in the end. Did well to get that in the danger area. Omazusi recycles possession. Danny Murphy looks for Schneiderlin. The attack's not over yet with Briggs running on the left. John Fleck picks it up. Ahern clears it out for a throw. It's been a very exciting half an hour without the goal. And I'm aware of the level of opposition. We're starting to look good with some of these youngsters. Elliot Omazusi might be about to get a yellow card. He gets away with it this time. It is a real free kick though. Imagine we go behind on the night. Free kicks wide. Don't want to be giving away too many of them. As we return just a couple of minutes later, Bobby Zamora picking it up on the edge of the box to Fleck. I presume it was a set piece given how many are forward. John Fleck on the right side of the box, cuts inside, goes for the shot himself. You've got to pass there, mate. I'm sorry. You've really got to pass. We've had 79% of the ball. We've not made it count. It's going to be a Celtic Barcelona all over again. Schneiderlin might get a booking this time. It is the first one of the game. Not the best first half in terms of result. A very good performance overall. And another injury. Matthew Briggs has got one now. It's going to have to be Jose Enrique. This is the disaster we weren't hoping for in this leg. If you lose a youngster to lose a first team player, injuries is not what we need. Because the next leg, you presume, the next tie is going to be next week. And we're still not going to have people back from the World Cup. So we're going to end up very short. Bobby Zamora now needing medical attention. This is turning into a disaster. An absolute nightmare on the injury front. Yellow card for them. They're flying in with late tackles now. I might have to make my third sub at half time. We're getting towards that position. But then if Zamora comes off, who the hell do I play on the right wing? 3 minutes added on in the first half. Yellow cards flying up now. What's going to happen here? Can we get one before the break? No, we can't. But Zamora's struggling physically. I might give him 5 more minutes and then just play one of the ones that is going to be leaving soon. Because I think that's the position we're in. Where I just don't want to risk our senior players. As Danny Murphy picks it up from the centre kick. Second half underway. Jose Enrique on the left. Now please, no more senior injuries. Danny Murphy picks it up again. Plenty of space in the centre circle. Real sitting there 9 out of 10 behind the ball. Schneiderlin picks the ball up. Has space to run into. Support on the right from Zamora, but he's going alone. Morgan Schneiderlin gets into the box. Still goes for the shot. What a goal that is. That's why he's a wonder kid, people. He's improving massively anyway. But what a goal, Morgan Schneiderlin. 1-0 Fulham on the night, 4-0 on aggregate. The plan was to take him off and give him a rest so we can bring Sissoko in. I might just have to switch them for the next tie because I'm not sure we can do that here at the moment. Bobby Zamora is still struggling and now Schneiderlin's picks up an injury. Are you kidding me? Are they just going around hacking us all? Sissoko is now on for Schneiderlin. And I genuinely don't know what to say. It's starting to really annoy me. They're flying into tackles they clearly can't make. And they're playing like a dirty semi-pro team that are getting outplayed. I'm really starting to struggle with this. We're not going to have Murphy running with the ball. We're 1-0 up on the night. But if we've lost Pennant and Schneiderlin out of this is going to be a bad night even with a victory. Matthew Briggs we can cope with. Obviously, it's not ideal. And at the moment, he is our backup left back with Atuba probably leaving. But we can't afford to lose 2 senior players when we're not likely to have anyone back next week. As Murphy finds Fleck, open them up again. John Fleck in. Should have scored. Puts it over the bar. It stays 1-0. 4-0 on aggregate. But this isn't about the score now. This is about avoiding more injuries. Schneiderlin's off for Sissoko. Please let that be the end of it. Astor goes for the big switch towards Fleck. Gets in behind McGregor. In the end, the defender does pretty well. And Real will hoof downfield. But there's only Fulham players there as Billy Jones picks it up again. Into Elliot Omazusi. Wide to Frederick Storr, who can carry it over halfway. Bobby Zamora's offside, so he plays inside to Andreasen. It's a poor pass, but Sissoko makes something of it. Out to Zamora on the right. Cuts inside onto that left foot, but it's a good challenge by the defender. Sissoko will find him again, though. Stimpson's run outside of him. It makes space for Danny Murphy. Shot straight at the keeper. Hour gone. We're avoiding injuries for now. The only positive I'm taking is the only one with a terrible condition is Matthew Briggs, which might be a serious one. But Jermaine Pennant, 89% fit. Hopefully doesn't mean he's got a long-term knock. As Zamora goes wide to Jose Enrique, who will carry forward to Andreasen. I have thought about flying the fullbacks forward. It's what I did in the Hamilton save, but I just worry at the Premier League level we'll struggle a little bit of centre-half with that. As Sissoko finds Danny Murphy. Support on the left from Fleck. Plays up to Stimpson instead. Turns inside. Goes for the shot. Over the bar. Another chance gone for him. But he is looking lively, the youngster. Well, the last 20 minutes has thankfully flown by. I'm not worried about winning by more now. I just want it over with without any more injuries. We're in the 89th minute as John Fleck has a shot blocked. And again, our second half performance not as good. Probably a sign that pre-season fitness is needed. But John Fleck can't get that under control. It's clear. But there's no threat on our goal. We're very comfortable. I just need to know that Fleck and Schneiderlin are all right as it's a big switch to Zamora. Can we put a bit of gloss on the night? 5-0 on aggregate would be nice. Zamora in towards Fleck. Hits Danny Murphy. Little unfortunate that as Omazusi regains possession for Frederick Storr, who can't keep it in. Into stoppage time. They want a penalty there, Fulham, but not going to happen. We've had 3 clear-cut chances again. We've just not made them count. 26 shots, 1 goal is a concern. I'm more worried about the injuries here. So I'll say well done. We're through comfortably on aggregate. We win both ties for the coefficient. But what is the injury news? Let's go and have a look at it. Oh, all 3 of them have got a knock. Let's see what it's like. 64 grand in the bank. Win in Europe. We'll see who we've got next. Thomas Hitzelsberger has turned us down to go to Bayern. There's one spoiler of someone we were trying to get. Can see why he's picked them. Jermaine Pennant. Oh my God, 2 to 3 months. How is his condition 89%? He's going to miss the start of the season. All because we played a pub team who were trying to hack us off the pitch. Schneiderlin's out for 3 weeks. Briggs is actually the best of the 3. So now we're going to be without those 2 for the next tie and no one back from the World Cup. What on earth do we do? Who are we going to face? I'll wait and see if the draw's tomorrow to find out, and then we'll return for it in tomorrow's episode. Well, here's the second round draw. Let's find out who we're going to be facing tomorrow. We're going to play through all of it quickly. We have got another Welsh team. We're playing Newtown of Wales this time. So it looks like we're going through the whole Welsh Premier League. I'm sure injuries will knock up again. There's Welsh opposition for the second in a row. It's a lovely passage through so far. But the 1st of July, I guess the only positive is that we'll have been able to sign some free agents. But I think the registration deadline's the day before. So none of them are going to be in the squad for it. And we're 2 players down on what we had today. Let's go and have a look at when we're going to be back then. Because the 1st of July is the big day. Is it going to be in next season's list? It is. We're back on the 1st to face Newtown. If you're looking forward to that and you did enjoy this one, a comfortable passage through, but very bad injury news, then please do put a thumbs up on it. Maybe 1 or 2 will be back, having gone out in the World Cup group stages. I don't know. We'll find out when we return in tomorrow's episode. If you want to stay up to date with it, subscribe and turn that notification bell on. A big week of European qualifying with Fulham, and hopefully some pretty exciting transfer news, particularly in tomorrow's one. Hopefully you'll come and join me for that, but thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again tomorrow as the Fulham European run continues.